Here's what you need to know for today, Wednesday, March 12th. For our first story, YouTube usage drops as fewer brands put a large amount of market spending toward the platform. Every 6 months, Digiday Plus Research surveys industry professionals about the state of spending. According to the Q1 2025 data, my company currently uses YouTube as a response has dipped to 63%, down from 71% in Q3 of last year and down 4% year over year. According to the report, more brands are spending a little bit of time on the platform while fewer are spending a lot. Though I do propose there's one angle to consider. The report does not mention podcast buys. Therefore, it remains unclear if this data is solely about buying through YouTube directly or buying through creators on YouTube. It's entirely possible brands and marketers interviewed by Digiday are buying more through video podcasters whose host-recorded ad segments are running on YouTube videos, but don't qualify as YouTube buys in the mind of that marketer. Next up, beyond the manosphere, a new wave of popular political podcasts ascends. In recent months, Midas Touch, a left-leaning media outlet traditionally known for producing politically charged viral videos on platforms like X and Instagram, has leaned into podcasting in a big way. This Wall Street Journal piece covers the current moment in the spotlight after the Midas Touch podcast experienced a surge of attention post-Trump election, leading to them outpacing Joe Rogan in the Spotify charts for February. The piece then goes on to give a broad view of the uptick in political podcasts we're currently experiencing, a sign that the so-called podcast election phase is having some staying power, as a paper of record has seen fit to publish an overview of political podcasting, largely based off the back of one show charting well. Next up, Spotify launches audiobook publishing submissions. In addition to already offering licensed audiobook content, Spotify has launched Spotify Audiobooks, an in-house publishing imprint. According to their release, Spotify has partnered with several publishers and authors to license and produce hundreds of titles. In addition, a new website has been launched that features open submissions for independent authors to submit their short-form stories intended for audio production. That's 10,000 to 20,000 word novelettes. With the program, Spotify will handle all production aspects, publication, paying advances, royalty distribution, and distribute the resulting files to major audiobook retailers. For our final top story, let's be upfront. This is from Ad Exchanger's Optimizing the News. 3 years into content creator faces like YouTube being a contender at TV upfronts, a new competitor is in the running, the Spotter Showcase. Created by Platform providing software and services for content creators, the Upfront-esque event features big creator names like Jimmy, Mr. Beast Donaldson, the Dude Perfect crew, and Jordan Matter. Spotify president Nick Paul pitches the audience landscape has shifted, with the zeitgeist moving from regularly focusing around broadcast and cable TV towards online content, largely personality-driven content creators. And with that being the case, he argues brands should follow suit. As for the rest of the news, Audily has debuted Pinwheel, a new platform for producing chatcasts and interview-driven content for brand leaders alongside Audily's other production arms, namely Rococo Punch and Pop-Ups Studio. Business Insider reports AI-powered video editing startup Opus Clip has secured $20 million from SoftBank's Vision Fund 2, now sitting at a $215 million valuation. Opus Clip has put a fair amount of investment into growing the podcasting space, including a significant investment in helping Sounds Profitable make the official podcast stage happen at South by Southwest this year. LAist Studios and American Public Media have announced the launch of This Old House Radio Hour, a new spin-off of the legacy PBS Home Improvement series. The hour-long show will debut March 22nd and be distributed both as a radio series and as a podcast. Frequency welcomes AdTech veteran Jason Kalin as their new Chief Commercial Officer. Magellan AI has a new product update showcasing how the platform can ingest first-party and third-party data to measure how campaigns can reach users' targeted listeners. Long-running self-improvement podcast The Art of Manliness podcast has launched partnership with Backyard Ventures to increase its brand and visibility through new moves like strategic partnerships and deep digital campaigns. And it's not just for film and TV anymore. Podcasts are launching at South by Southwest. Google X Captain of Moonshots Astro Teller debuted a 10-part series called the Moonshot Podcast, which will recount stories of innovation over the past 15 years inside Alphabet's Moonshot Factory research and development arm.